commentary coming in from US President Joe Biden overnight, stating that he's confident that they will get the agreement on the budget, that America will not default. And that's the big trigger point which is acting upon all global markets. It was a big move on US equity markets overnight on Wall Street, and that really is eluding some kind of confidence. Biden also said that they're going to be meeting with the congressional leaders, civil and respectful. All parties understand the consequences of the failure. Also, a word coming in from McCarthy saying that possible to get a deal by the end of this week itself. So, will not America fail? I think that's the messaging.
We will not let America fail, and everybody knew that this, in a sense, was always this Republican versus Democrat ego war, more like a political statement. You know, the Republicans are blaming the Democrats are blaming the Republican, everybody is blaming the White House is blaming the Congress is blaming the Senate.
It happens everywhere.
It happens everywhere. So it's not different. So it was always, see, it was always this, 11th hour, 59-minute kind of a negotiation, which I think markets were prepared for. But then why is there a relief rally? The relief rally is that, somewhere the US markets and the dollar index in last couple of days, because of the debt ceiling issue, has been jammed irrespective of what has happened to other emerging markets and what has happened to risk-on assets. The interesting bit now is that if global markets, they make a comeback, could that lead to minor underperformance in India? And will money start again migrating back to developed markets? I think it's too early to discuss that, but for the moment it appears that this political stalemate between the Republicans and the Democrat is reaching what could be called as a logical conclusion, which is that nobody wants America to fail. A strong SGS is indicating that we could be in for a decent start. So what is the mood point like? If you have to analyze the trader screen, in my book, nothing has changed. Trust me, nothing has changed. Yes, 2 or 3 days you've consolidated here and there. You had a bad Tuesday, you had one bad Wednesday last week, but that does not change the overall trend. The trend is that markets are still poised to go higher. The trend is that the summer rally of 2023 is still intact. I don't think the last hurrah in the market is left. You are seeing evidence of money now or action now picking up in two-digit stocks and single-digit stocks. While I would be a bit watchful there and careful there, but there is no evidence in my book based on open interest, participation by retail investor, the outstanding positions in the FNO, which are indicating that markets are nearing any kind of an climax. Global cues, which were slightly bumpy, they've also become strong and supportive. So I will not be surprised that if we today get a decent number from ITC and State Bank of India, this market actually could be in for more gains. The summer rally of 2023 is not over. The markets are not overbought. Participation is low. Everybody is waiting for a correction, and the correction is not coming. What happens after that? 10 years ago, I would have said frustration. Now I'm using the word FOMO.
Okay, just let's
such millennial terms, no? We have to use those terms.
Such millennial terms, at least.
We learn from Avan
more.
more.
Jomo. Yeah, I'm clueless with a lot of them, I'll be honest. But
you only live once. That's the other one, right?
Yeah, YOLO. Yeah, that came out during COVID.
And there is one joy of missing out, JOMO. So FOMO, JOLO.
JOMO, YOLO.
Wow.
Okay, cool millennial terms when it comes to the earnings, as Nikunj was talking about. Yes, there's ITC, there's SBI. Those are the heavyweights that are going to come out with their numbers today. But between today and tomorrow, it's fairly critical as well. The fag end of the earnings season, NTPC, Power Grid, JSW Steel as well. And Nikunj, clearly it's going to be SBI as well as ITC that we'll be watching out for. It's expected to be fairly healthy for SBI and ITC, the cigarette, FMCG business, all of that will be closely eyed.
See, they both are on the different ends of the spectrum. Let's look at ITC's performance last quarter. It's been an outperforming stock for 2022 and it's been outperforming for 2023. State Bank of India, even though the bank Nifty is at an all-time high, State Bank of India, last I checked 2 days ago, is actually flat for the year. Let's look at it. ITC YTD and State Bank of India YTD. And take the numbers out. It's a stock, what you need to understand first, why the stock is important. ITC, that's yesterday's gain. Yesterday's graph. If you look at ITC in this year, ITC in last 1 year has outperformed. State Bank of India in this year has been flat. So my point is very simple, which is that State Bank of India, even if numbers
There,
are strong,
ITC this year 29% and SBI this year is down 4.5%.
exactly,
Yeah.
even though Bank Nifty is at an all-time high. So State Bank of India numbers, if they are also in line with estimates and they talk about two things, that ROA, which is return on assets, would be maintained above 1%, and if the base number is anywhere between 16 to 16,500, I will not be surprised the State Bank of India actually could rally. ITC, I think if the volume growth, and the number our viewers need to memorize is that it's in performing stock, so expectations are high. 14% cigarette volume growth and a positive commentary on the FMCG business, I think, is in the price. So ITC actually may not see a big result reaction. If today the management comes out and says, yes, FY24, we could be looking at demerging a hotel business, that is going to be, then the bulls would have a feeling of a carnival. But otherwise, I think ITC actually could be a case of buy the rumor and sell the news. State Bank of India, because it has underperformed and the bank Nifty is at an all-time high, and it's become attractive after 6-7 months of consolidation. If numbers are half decent also, we could be in for a surprise for SBI.
Yeah, that clearly